This week, we're profiling an era of American cars that have become quite popular with restorers and collectors. The post-original muscle car era called the Malaise Era. What many of these cars lacked in excitement, they made up for with larger bumpers, hood scoops, spoilers, special wheels with raised white letter tires, fender flares, special graphics, T-tops, and inside, bucket seats, consoles, floor shifters, sports steering wheels, full instrumentation, and the latest for the time audio equipment, like 8-track players and even cassette tape players, cranking out the latest hits by Aerosmith, Boston, John Denver, the Eagles, and Linda Ronstadt, to name a few. Most had a low compression engine and heavily emissions-equipped V8 under the hood, but these power plants responded well to basic performance equipment that most any shade tree mechanic could handle. Many classic names for various models were reused the previous decade, or were newly created by the marketing departments to instantly grab a potential buyer. Indianapolis 500 pace cars are the exception. They were usually adorned with interesting graphics and other visual styling cues since the era began, so therefore we won't be including any individual examples of them on this list. Yeah, life was good for young car enthusiasts at that time. Their cars still looked cool. Hey, they even seemed cool, but they lacked performance. If you remember the classic muscle car era, these cars were a bit of a disappointment. But if you turned 16 in 1977, these cars were awesome. That's why they're popular today, because people that are now in their 50s and 60s fondly remember them and now have some discretionary income. They're hoping to rekindle some happy memories of their carefree days of youth by acquiring a car they had, or at least one they really wanted but couldn't afford. Fortunately, many examples of this era are readily available, and often for a fraction of their classic muscle car counterparts. The Malaise Era is commonly agreed to by automotive historians as being from 1973 to approximately 1987. Because of the two major oil crises during the 1970s, the government began putting stricter fuel mileage requirements on both domestic and foreign automobiles. Along with more stringent safety requirements at the same time, this was a lethal combination that all but killed fast and exhilarating to drive cars for the American consumer. There are certainly a few examples like the Pontiac Firebird Super Duty in 1973 and 4, and the Dodge Little Red Express that are notable exceptions. The muscle car market just a decade earlier was squarely aimed at young males between the ages of 16 and 30. The manufacturers brilliantly marketed their products to these folks, and these cars were sold by the millions. Now most of them were in the market for more practical transportation, so they just fondly remembered their first car. We believe that 1987 may be a bit too late because Buick had their turbocharged V6 available for a few years by then, and Ford resurrected the Mustang GT in 1982, making gradual improvements by 1987. Maybe the date of this special era should be 1973 to 83. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. So without further ado, here's our opinion of what Malaise Era cars checked at least 3 boxes on the aforementioned list of attributes these cars should have. Listed in no particular order, let us know which car or cars you think we got right. Or maybe we completely missed them. Remember, just because a car only had cool graphics does not qualify it to be on this list. Or at least we don't think so. Enjoy this trip down memory lane. Number 20, 1975 to 78 Mustang II Cobra and King Cobra. Number 19, 1973 to 81 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. Number 18, 1976 to 80 Dodge Aspen RT and Plymouth Volare Roadrunner. Number 17, 1971 to 74 AMC Javelin AMX. Number 16, 1972 to 74 Dodge Challenger and Plymouth Barracuda. Number 15, 1973 to 79 Ford Ranchero GT. Number 14, 1973 to 1977, 1978 to 80, and 1985 to 87 Oldsmobile 442. Number 13, 1970 to 75 Ford Maverick Grabber and 1971 to 75 Mercury Comet GT. Number 12, 1972 to 74 Dodge Charger Rally and Plymouth Roadrunner. Number 11, 1976 Pontiac Trans Am 50th Anniversary Edition. Number 10, 1971 and 72 Chevrolet Rally Nova Coupe and 1973 to 4 Nova SS Coupe. Number 9, 1973 to 75, 1979, and 1983 to 84 Hurst Olds. Number 8, 1978 to 79 Dodge Little Red Express Truck. Number 7, 1979 Pontiac Trans Am 10th Anniversary Edition. Number 6, 1975 to 76 Chevrolet Cosworth Vega. Number 5, 1979 to 81 Ford Mustang Cobra. Number 4, 1977 to 78 Pontiac Trans Am Special Edition. Number 3, 1973 Chevrolet Malibu SS and 1973 to 77 Chevrolet Laguna. Number 2, 1977 Pontiac Can-Am. And number 1, all pace cars from the era, from 1973 to 1987. Well, with the exception of the Vega, all our favorites are powered by V8s. All have at least 3 of the classic Malaise Era identifiers. Tell us in the comments which cars are your favorite and which ones you may have had. Or if you own a Malaise Era car now, what is it? Let us know what you'd want in your garage if money was no object. Because there were so many possible candidates to choose from for this list, did we miss anything? We'd love to hear from you. This was a fun video to make because we grew up in the height of this memorable era. So we'll always have a lot of nostalgic memories of these now cool cars.